The courtroom is sitting there pretending everything is normal while the actual center of gravity is a description that refuses to die. Zandi Khumalo didn't mumble, didn't guess, didn't maybe-ish her way through it. She locked in a dark, short intruder under full house lighting. The state responded with the legal equivalent of close enough and dragged in a light complexion accused who looks like he was photocopied from a different case file entirely. George Baloy, the great chef, opened the door and let her speak. The moment she confirmed her description under oath, you could feel the prosecution's spine bending like, "Eesh!" Because now Mnisi's promised argument is sitting in the corner like a loaded weapon. The accused does not match the witness's eyes. Not metaphorically, not emotionally, literally. And yet, Gininda marched forward like a man allergic to evidence, selecting a suspect who contradicts the only eyewitness who actually saw the gunman. It's almost impressive. You have to work hard to ignore a description that clear. So buckle up. Watch Mnisi finally drops that mismatch on the record. It won't be an argument. It'll be a collapse at the end of it all. Let's dive in.
We will start it here and hear what Ms. Zandi Khumalo told this court as she gave her testimony. Now, this is what she said on the 18th of July 2023 when she testified here at court. 18 July 2023, I'll be reading from page 46. I'll read one paragraph and allow Mr. Jonah to interpret, and then I'll go to the other one, just like that.
A paragraph?
No. Just a sentence or two, not a paragraph. Yeah.
Don't you have an extra copy, sir?
No, I don't have an extra copy. It's not a complicated thing. It's not a story. It's just a yes or no question or something like that. This was actually an interaction between the state and Mrs. Zandi Khumalo. The 18th of July. 18th of July 2023. This is what is happening now as the state was interacting with her, Ms. Baloy. Yes, once again, we just want to draw your attention to page 64. You can testify using that photo.
Lana ke umeli ufunda ke ubufakazi bange 18 zika July 2023 ku page 46 ubufakazi bakhe uZandi Khumalo uthi ke mnumzane Baloyi wamtshela ukuthi usungasebenzisa ke u page 64 ubuka ke isithombe leso
Photo 64.
Isithombe u64.
Yes, thank you. And then Mrs. Zandi Khumalo says, I was seated on this sofa, which is on this photo 64, in the middle. And when seated there, you are able to see through that opening when the door opens.
Lapho ke kubufakazi bakhe uZandi ke uyashoka ukuthi wayehlezi kuphi nendawo endlini usebenzisa sona ke isithombe lesekhulunywa ngaso lapha ku 64 nokuthi ke wayehlezi maphakathi ke nendawo kuleyo ndawo ayehlezi kuyona ke yasho ukuthi ke uyabona ke uma ngaba isicapha ke sivuleka.
The Advocate Baloyi says, yes, you may proceed. And she proceeded and said, I then peeped through just to see as to opened the door without knocking.
Thike ngase ngilunguza ke ngifuna ukubona ukuthi ubani wavula isicapha engangonqothi.
Advocate Baloyi says, yes. What time was it, more or less?
Asembuza ke umshushisi ukuthi kwakungabani isikhathi.
Ms. Khumalo said, I would say about 7:30, but before 8.
Uma iphendula ke yena ke wathi ke njena ke ngaboma 7:30 kodwa nje ngaphambi kokuthi ke kushaye u8.
Advocate Baloyi says, yes, you may proceed. And then she proceeded and said, when I peeped, I saw 2 male persons.
Uma tshelwa ukuthi angaqhubeka ke uthi ke uma ngabe ngilunguza ke ngabona ke abantu besilisa ababili.
Advocate Baloyi says, where did you see them? And she says, right here at this passage. I
Wow.
think she was pointing in the photo 64.
Wasembuza ke uadvocate ubalo ukuthi wababona kuphi ke wasekhomba kuyena ekhomba kusona ke isithombe yena ke ethi ngababona ke kuyona the passage le.
Then Ms. Kumalo says, the short one, okay, the state says yes, you may proceed. And she says, the short one with the dreadlocks stood in front. He was the first one to come in.
Mayiqhubeka ke wathi ke lo owayemfushane enama dreadlocks noma ke nama dreads waye phambili yena wakwaba uqala ungena.
And Advocate Balois asked her, how was visibility at that stage?
Ambuza ke uadvocate ubaloyi ukuthi ke kwakukanjani ke noma isimo sokubona noma amagama umembuza ke uyambuza ukuthi kwakukhanya kwakungakhanyi yini.
And Ms. Kumalo says, it was very clear because the lights were on in the house.
Mayiphendula ke noMs Khumalo washo ukuthi ke kwakubonakala ngoba ke izibane ke zazilayitiwe endlini.
Thank you. That would just be the background of the next item that we'll be dealing with. Now, Ms. Kumalo says the incident took place about 7:30, but before 8.
Uma ekhuluma ke kubufakazi bakhe uMs Khumalo ukuthi isigameko senzeka ke ngabo 7:30 kodwa nje ngaphambi ko8.
And when she describes visibility in the house, she says it was very clear because the lights were on in the house.
Washo ke nokuthi ke kwakubonakala ngoba ke kwakukhanya endlini.
Now, Mr. Ncube, let me tell you up front, that is going to be my argument, maybe our argument, when we present our argument at the end of it all, that the fact that it was very clear because the lights were on in the house. That eliminates any form of a mistaken identity in terms of the description that Zandile Khumalo had gave with regard to the perpetrator who had the firearm in his possession.
Angikusho ke lokhu ke kuwena ke ukuthi ke egcineni ke uma sengenza izethulo noma ke mina nawe ke senza izethulo kuzoba yiyona ke inkulumo yami leyo ukuthi impendulo yakhe uMzandile Khumalo la athi khona kwakubonakala nje kahle ngoba kwakukhanya endlini ukuthi lokho ke manje sekuyakhipha ke kuyakususa ke ukuthi ke kwakungaba nephutha ke ayengalenza ngokuthi ke akhombe ke umuntu ekungasiyena ngoba uyasho ukuthi kwakubonakala kahle kwakukhanya.
Thank you. Do you follow?
Ngabe uyalandela yini?
Yebo ngiyalandela.
Yes, I do follow.
Thank you.
The clip isn't just courtroom drama. It's a case study in investigative collapse. Critical thinkers, this is where you stop watching for entertainment and start dissecting the anatomy of failure. Zandy's testimony is clear, consistent, and illuminated. She saw a dark, short intruder under full lighting. That's not ambiguous. That's data. Yet the state's investigation swerved into a completely different complexion and build. So the first question every analytical mind should ask is, what was the evidentiary chain that justified that pivot? Because if the description is correct, the suspect selection isn't just wrong, it's legally indefensible. Geninda's decision to ignore the witness's eyes isn't a procedural hiccup. It's a methodological failure. Was the investigation guided by evidence or by narrative? That's the question that separates courtroom spectators from critical observers. Munisi's promised argument isn't just theatrics. It's the logical endpoint of contradiction. When the state's own witness cancels its suspect, the prosecution's credibility collapses under the weight of its own record. How does a justice system recover from a contradiction this visible? And here's the brutal truth. Every time an investigator ignores a witness to protect a theory, the justice system trades truth for convenience. That's not just a mistake. That's a philosophical failure. So think critically. Don't just ask who's guilty. Ask how the process itself became guilty. This isn't just courtroom chaos. It's a case study in how truth gets buried under convenience. If you're watching this, don't scroll past it like another headline. Engage, dissect, demand accountability. Ask yourself, where did the evidence go missing? Who benefits from ignoring the witness's eyes? How does a justice system justify contradiction as procedure? Then take it further. Share this clip, debate it, challenge it. Because silence is how bad investigations survive. Critical thinking is how they collapse. Skybridge isn't here to entertain. It's here to interrogate the system. So if you see the cracks, say it. If you see the bias, name it. If you see the collapse, document it. The courtroom is burning. The truth is standing in the smoke. And it's waiting for critical minds to drag it back into the light. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.